Hi all, good morning, good afternoon. Hope you are doing well. In today's class, we will learn about another exciting workflow, how we can build it in an N platform. Okay, so if you have not seen my previous videos, I would recommend you to please go through my previous videos from the day 1 to till today. You will get very exciting informations on the N platform, how you are going to build the agent, what are the different nodes are available, how the nodes are communicate with each other. So all these things you will be able to come to know. Okay, so the next step is we'll quickly go and create one N8N workflow. So before this, we have to understand that why we are going to build one N8N workflow. What is our problem statement for today? Okay, so my problem statement is here. I have written for you guys. My problem statement is I have an organization. I want to going to conduct a interview for the candidates, but I don't want to go for any manual registration process. I want to create an agent, okay, and I will send the link to the users. User will fill the details. Once the user will fill the details, then my agent will start communicating, start interacting with the candidate details, and it will take all the informations, and it will uh, categorize the informations based on the department, based on the year of experience, okay, and it will categorize it and it will store it so that it will be very easy for the recruiters to filter out the candidates based on the experience, or you can say based on the location. All these things, it will be very easy for the recruiters, and at end also it is going to send an email to the candidate saying that yes, your registration is successful, we will get back to you soon once your you can say your profile is processed. Okay, so how we are going to build that complete end-to-end automation agent using N8N platform? We are going to see one soon. Okay, so we'll quickly go and create one workflow, and the workflow name I'll rename to called candidate registration agent. Okay, I can see my agent name is called candidate registration agent. Okay, then I'll come out from this, then I go here and click. My next step is I will look for an trigger node. My trigger node will be online form submission. I can give the same name, whatever the name I have given in my form. My form title should be this. Okay, I just add form and I can say this. Okay, form used to capture candidate information. Perfect. So then I have to create couple of field for the candidate. Okay, first of all it will be the name, second will be text input type placeholder, and second will be, you can say, email ID. Okay, and type will be email, and attribute will be placeholder. Okay, so then the next step is I'll provide, let me go to this. Yeah, I'll provide okay, I'll add another call first name last name. I can do it, that's also fine, or I can rename to full name. Okay, then the next step is or you can see uh, the next step is what we have to do. We have to add another field is called phone number, email ID, profession and year of experience. Okay, so I have added here the email ID, then I'll add phone number. So here you can set a number or text input. I'll just set text input, phone number, and attribute is a placeholder. Then I'll add another is called what I can say, profession, right? Profession I can set as a drop down. Profession I will set as a drop down, then I'll select the drop down here and I'll just start putting this. I'll put my profession will be IT, or I can say another profession will be sales, or I can say another profession will be civil. Okay, so you can just define it how you want to go it, right? So you can define it, and similarly you can say another profession is called no medical, you can say, right? So you have to just define the profession, which line you are part of. Okay, so then that's it. You have to go, then you have to add the last label is called year of experience. Year of experience. Okay, so this is a text input and I'll just place attribute is called a placeholder. Fine, perfect. So that's it, you have to do it. Then once you do it, then the next step is I'll just execute these steps. So if you see, the form is coming candidate registration agent form. Okay, and then here the description is also written, is called candidate registration agent form used to capture the candidate information. So if I'll provide my details, full name is called this, and I'll provide my email ID, and then I'll provide my phone number. Okay, my profession is IT, and year of experience I can say 13, and I'll submit it. So once you submitted, if you see, the node is executed successfully. Okay, there is a green tick is come here now. Okay, once the node is created successfully, I want to store all these informations given by the user. So how will store? So you can store the data in OneDrive, you can store the data in Google Sheet, any database, any systems you can use it. But just for the example, I'm going to use Google Sheet. I'll just have to go to log into the Google account, then you have to go to your Google Sheet here. Okay, once you go to the Google Sheet, I will create a new Google Sheet. Okay, and the Google Sheet name I will rename it called, you can say, is called candidate registration form. Okay, so I can say it's a candidate registration form, right? Candidate registration form. Okay, so then I have to use one candidate ID, right? That is very important, right? You can use, I'm sorry, so you can use one called candidate ID, right? It's called candidate ID. It's called candidate ID, right? The next is, I can say, called full name. Okay, then is email ID, then phone number. Okay, then you can say profession, then you can say year of experience, year of exp. Perfect. So I created this sheet, and let me color code it so that it looks bit better, or I can select any other colors and I will make it bold. Okay, and this is my sheet, and this sheet you can go with the default sheet only, that's completely fine. So now the next step is I will go back to my node or my agent pan. Here what I'll do, I'll go here and search Google, and in the Google sheet I'll search in subnode called append row in sheet, because I am going to add the detail into the sheet, right? So I have to use append sheet, right? So in this append sheet, the connection, because this is a third-party system, you have to create your credential. If you have not, or if you have created, then just you go and select it. Okay, resource will be like, say, sit within the document. Append row you have to do. Here you have to search your form is coming automatically. See, candidate registration form. Sheet will be yours, one sheet. Okay, So once you have added here, you will see these are the fields, right? Candidate ID, full name, email ID, phone number, profession, year of experience. So candidate ID, I want to build it is a dynamic value. So how we'll do this? Just I have a small syntax, you can do it. Okay, this is my small syntax. Okay, so you can just take it. This is what exactly in this I'm doing. I'll explain it. I'm just using a string called abb and concatenating with one date, that is called now. In this date, what exactly, because date now will give the date and time, right? So what exactly I am doing here, I am just capturing only the minute, sorry, month, day, hour and second, minute and second. Okay, so that it will always create a generic or unique dynamic id, right? So my id will be look like this. Perfect. So then the next step is full name. Full name is coming from the form. I'll just go and drag and drop it here. Same email id is coming from the form. Go and drag and drop it here. Phone number, then profession, then year of experience. Perfect. So my form is ready now. Okay, so I'll close this. So once I'll close this, and I will going to execute this. Let's see. Okay, if the entry is coming or not. So my sheet is here. Okay, let's see if the entry is coming or not. Okay, then I'll just run it. So once it will execute, the node is completed, and if you double click here, the output is coming here, right? All the details, right? Now I'll go to my sheet. I'll see, yes, perfectly coming my details here. So if you see, these are my details perfectly coming here. These are my name, email id, mobile number, profession, year of experience. This is my candidate id, right? So now I'll back here, and next what I have to do, I have to segregate the candidate details based on the department. Okay, so how I will do this? I have to use a switch case here. Okay, so if you just go to my sheet, switch case I have to use, right? So if you see here, I am going to use a switch case here. So these steps we have done, now we are going to use a switch case, right? So you have to use switch case. Okay, the switch case will help you to branch your details, right? It will branch your details. How will do it? First expression would be your profession, because I want to segregate based on the department or based on the professions. So I have to just put profession, okay, is equal to, if it is IT, okay, then it will do something. And another branching node I will create if the profession is equal to civil, okay, it will do something. And if my profession is equal to medical, it will do some operations. Okay, similarly I will add another one is called if my profession is equal to, so let me check what all are the professions I have given. Okay, the profession field, if you see here, I have given couple of professions, medical, civil, sales is there also, right? So we have to add the sales also. So we have to double click here, add the last is called sales. Okay, so it's called sales. Sales, medical, civil and IT. Okay, so as I have used equal operator, make sure that your spelling, your wording, everything should be as exactly the input, right? IT is capital letter, civil is capital, medical M capital, and you can say the other one is called sales. Sales is just capitals. Okay, so that's it. So I'll just double check here. Here is also IT is capital, civil capital, and medical sales. Perfect, looks nice. Okay, and IT, then I put sales, then I'll put IT, then sales, then civil, okay, then I'll put medicals. Perfect. So this is all my branching nodes. If it will be IT department, it will go to some different sheet. If it is a sales department, it will go to some different sheet. If it is a civil department, it will go to some different sheet. And if it is a medical department, it will go to the different sheet. Okay, clear? Now I'll close this. Okay, and let me realign it. Yeah, so if my candidate is part of IT, then it will update in somewhere else, right? So what I have to do here, I will going to capture, okay, I am going to capture all the details. I am going to capture all the detail in a different sheet, right? So what I have to do, I'll just create another sheet. Okay, 1 2 3 4, right? So this one I can say is called consolidated, okay, and this one I can say called IT, this one is called sales, this one I will update as civil, and this one I will update as medical. Perfect. I have 4 department: IT, sales, civil, and medical. This one I will delete it. Okay, and this one is my consolidated sheet. Let me copy the columns in each sheet. Okay, this is my consolidated sheet, this is my IT sheet, this is my sales sheet, this is my civil sheet, and this is my medical sheet. Perfect, looks nice. So now I'll back. Let me delete these details also, just for the safer side. Okay, I'll just delete it. Okay, so what my expectation is, if it is a IT department, then candidate detail will be entered here. If it is a sales department, the candidate detail will be entered here, and so on and so forth. Okay, then what I have to do, I have to use a Google Sheet. Google Sheet. Okay, in the Google Sheet I have to use append row in sheet. Then here same as like previous, will not do anything. Connection, you have to just check it, and I am going to append the row. I'm not going to update, I'm not going to create, not going to delete, I'm just appending the rows, right? Here I have to go to my candidate registration form, then I have to go to my department. Okay, if it is IT, then it will go to this department, right? If it is IT, then it will go to this department. Then in this case, what I have to do, I have to select the value accordingly, right? So either you can take from your append row sheet, or you can directly take the details from your submissions. I will directly take the detail from the submissions. Okay, the candidate ID I can take it from here, because I don't want to again generate the candidate ID. Okay, so then I'll take all the details from here, that's fine also. Okay, I took all the details, phone number and profession and year of experience. Looks nice, perfect. Okay, my sheet is ready. Okay, it will going to update in my IT department sheet. Similarly, I'll just do a duplicate. Okay, this is going to connect. Okay, this is going to connect sales department, right? Sales. So in the sales department, what you have to do, nothing you have to change, all remains same, only the seat you have to change to sales. Perfect, only the seat you have to change that to sales department. That's it. and then close this. Another duplicate you can create. Okay, in that duplicate you can say is called, what is that department called? Is called civil, right? Civil. So that's fine. Let me connect to this civil department. Okay, so data is coming. Perfect. Civil department. The last one is called medical department, right? This is the medical department. Let me restructure it. Okay, the last one is called medical department. Okay, 1 second. I think this one is sales, this one is IT, and this one will be the civil one. Okay, let me check. Yeah, this one is civil. Civil will connect it to the third one. Okay, and then another, I'll do a duplicate of my sheet that will going to connect to my medical department. The sheet I have to change to medical. Perfect, right? So I'll just close this. So let me restructure it, tied up with workflow. Yeah, so this is my sheet. Okay, so let me double check it. If it is IT, it's going to IT sheet. If it is sales, it will going to sales sheet, and similarly for civil, similarly for medicals. Okay, so now my workbook is ready. Okay, so whenever the user will fill the details, it will, what it will do, it will go to my consolidated sheet, write the detail, then it will branch it, and then according to the sheet it will going to update. So let me do one thing. I'll rename it so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. It's called IT, and this is called sales, and this is called civil, okay, and this is called medical. Perfect. And this is called my consolidated sheet. Consolidated. Okay, so this consolidated sheet, you can keep it before the branching, or you can also do it after the branching also. So what you have to do, you have to just connect all the nodes to a Google Sheet, so that all the detail will going to stored inside the one common sheet that is there. Also you can consolidate it, right? So there also you can consolidate it. So let me rename it. It's not renamed or what? Okay. Okay, so my flow is ready. Now the next step is, what I have to do, let me first execute one iterations. You will see the difference, how exactly the details will go, right? So let me execute the flow, and I'll put it, my name is called Vibhu, and I can say my email ID, okay, my phone number, and my profession is IT, experience is 13. Okay, so let me submit this. Okay, so once you submit it, if you see the flow is executing, now it is going to the department, IT department. Then I'll execute another workflow, is called Satya, and the email ID is called Satya Narayan @gmail.com. Okay, phone number you can give any random numbers. Profession you can say is called sales, and experience you can say 5 years, and submit it. Okay, now the next step is, what we'll do, I'll just execute another iterations. I can say, okay, I can say Kanan, and I can say kanant@gmail.com. Okay, then I can give some random numbers. Okay, then I can say the profession of that guy is medical and experience is 20 years. Then I'll submit it. So I have the three candidate has submitted their details, right? So now the entire flow has been executed. Now the time to check it, the details has captured perfectly or not. So now if you go to the consolidated, you will able to see there are 3 records is updated here. And if you go to the IT, you will find 1 record, sales you will find 1 record, civil you will not find any records, but medical you will find 1 records, right? So this is how you have to store your details from the candidate. Once you have stored the detail from the candidate, let's assume I will say by considering all these details, okay, let's assume by considering all these details, name, email ID, mobile number and profession, can you write 2 lines about this particular candidate? Okay, so who will do that job? That job will be taken care by my agent. So what I have to do, I have to go to my node, do a AI model, AI agent. Okay, in this AI agent, I have to say, can you please write some information about this particular candidate? Okay, this candidate name is this, email ID is this, mobile number is this, and this is the experience and and these are the details of the candidate. Can you write 1 or 2 line about this particular candidate? Yes, the LLM will help you, this agent will help you to write some detail about the candidate. Okay, now how we'll do this? So first of all, we have to connect to a AI agent. Then AI agent also look for a sub node is called chart model or memory, you can say. Just if you want to keep some temporary information about the candidate, you can keep it, or if you want to integrate some other tool also, you can go ahead and do it. Okay, I'll go and use one chart model. It's called Google Gemini chart model. This is also same, like you have to establish your connection using the credential, and the model will be default model. I'll go ahead and click. Okay, once my model is ready here, and then whenever the information will come to the agent will send to the LLM and communicate and give the response. But the response, whatever the LLM will give, there might be the response is not as expected, right? So for that we have to provide a prompt. Okay, this is my prompt, I'm going to provide it. Okay, so this is my prompt, I'm going to provide it. I can say I want you act like a best poem creator and create 2-line poem best the detail given below. Poem should be only 2 line and easy to understand. I want you to include things in the poem, right? So I will just go here and copy this, and I'll just double click the agent, and I have to select, I don't want to source of prompt depend on the chart mode, I want to go with the defined below. Then I'll open this, I'll open this expression, or I can expand it. Okay, I'll just put this. So I'll paste this my prompt, and here what I have to do, I have to just remove all these details because these details I have to update. Perfect. So what I have to do, I will say, I please include the full name of the candidate, last name is not required. Okay, I'll just check the form submission. I can say use the full name, use the profession, email ID, phone number is not required at all. Okay, use the profession and use the year of experience. Okay, use the year of experience. use the year of experience, that is okay. So how will provide all these details? These are my details, right? I have to use the full name, and I have to use the profession, and I have to use the year of experience. That's it. So then only my LLM, my agent will be okay, consider my prompt, accordingly it will create the content for that particular candidate. Okay, so that's it. So all set from the agent side, and I'll close this. Okay, once the agent will create the detail for the candidate, who will be part of IT. Similarly, I want to create for sales. Similarly, I want to create for civil candidate. Similarly, I want to create for okay, I think this one is our medical, right? Yeah, medical. So I want to create for medical. Let me rename it. Okay, so I'll also going to create for the medical also, right? So now my prompt, what it will do, whenever it will get the detail of the candidate, it will do the operations. Once everything is completed, what I have to do, I want to update in my consolidated sheet. Okay, I want to update in my consolidated sheet. This is my consolidated sheet. I will add another column here. Okay, in this column, what I will do, I will say okay, about can, or I can say just only about. Okay, it will give the information about the candidate, right? So then what I will do, I'll just let me format it. Okay, I'll just format. Okay, about I have given, right? It's not the correct color. Okay, so I have given the about. Perfect. Now I'll go to my flow and let me restructure. Let me bit zoom in. Okay, so then I will again use the Google Sheet. Okay, I'll use the Google Sheet, and here I will not go for append row in sheet, or you can say update row in sheet. Okay, you can use update row in sheet. So same thing, but only the operations you have to change it, and to update the row in sheet. And I have to go here, select candidate registration form, then select your consolidated. Then here what you have to do, here you no need to do any other things, right? I don't want to touch any other things. I want to only update my about page, right? I want to update only about my, what I can say, I want to update only about my information about my candidate, right? So that syntax, what you have to write, I will show you. That syntax will be like this. Let me open one of the flow. I can go here, and I'll go here, open it, and I can put it here. I'll modify it. Hold on, Control Z. I'll modify it. Let me copy it again. Let me copy it. Similar, like you have to create the syntax for about, right? Here you just put it, open this expression. Here you have to write called AI agent. Okay, then item.json. Okay, dot consolidated is written, right? You can say the item.json dot output, because what it will happen, okay, here the agent will give the response about the candidate using one variable is called output. Okay, just I have given this. That's it. So once you done this, then Next, what you have to do, close this. Okay, then the next step is, for example, you want to send the email to the candidate. Okay, how will send the email to the candidate? Again, you have to use Gmail. I have to use Gmail. I have to use send email, send message. Okay, and the send message, I can say this is my Gmail account. You have to set your credential and the message is sent, and I have to use the email. So which email I am going to use it? So I can take from the department wise, or I can take from the form submission also. It's completely all depend upon you where you want to take the details, but the recommendation will be always take from the previous steps. That will be best. But okay, so I will take the detail from the on form submission because I have not executed my previous steps. That's why the details are not coming here, right? That's the detail is not coming here. Let me do one thing. Let me execute it. Okay, let me execute it, and I'll just disconnect my LLM just to save my, what I can say, just to save my tokens. Okay, so here the data is coming or not, let me check it. Even also the data is not coming here. Let me execute it. Okay, till the segregations. So what I'll do, I'll just open form. I will just execute the workflow, and I'll put my detail, put my email ID. Okay, then I'll put some phone number, then profession will be IT, experience will be 13. Okay, so then you go ahead and submit the form. Once you submit the form, the execution will start now. If you see, the execution will start. Go to the branching, executed the node also. Now if you go to the Google Sheet here, the details will be again entered here, right? Appending, right? Here also is appending, right? So now my detail is come up here. Now what I will do, I will connect to my agent. Okay, I'll connect to my agent. All the detail I'll connect. Now if you see, the input will come in the IT department, right? Okay, so now if you execute, because this LLM is not executed, that's why the output is not coming. The output is nothing but the about the candidate, right? So I'll just close this. Then in updated sheet here, I'm just taking this output from the agent. Once I'll execute, the output will come here, then it will be updated here. Okay, then I'll just go to Gmail, and in the Gmail you have to provide the details. Okay, this is my details. You can provide it, right? So here you can provide it to whom you want to send the email. I want to send the email to candidate. Then the subject, I can say thanks for your registration. Okay, thanks for your registration. I can say that's it only, right? Thanks for your registration. Email type is HTML, or you can give plain text. It's completely up to you. And the message, what exactly the message you want to write? Dear user, username you have to provide is called, okay, username. Okay, then I just open it. Thanks for your registration. You can say thanks for your registration. Okay, we will evaluate your details and we'll get back to you. Okay, you can say regards, you can say hiring team, right? Hiring team, right? Okay, so that's it. So your entire workflow is ready. Okay, similarly, so whatever the details will come, it will update in the sheet. Okay, in this is my consolidated script. Okay, this is my consolidated script you can say, let me rename it so that it will be easy for understanding. Consolidated create is create the consolidated is create consolidated sheet. Here the record is creating, right? And here this will be update, right? I'm updating my consolidated sheet, right? Update consolidated sheet. Perfect. That's it. So now I'll just recap it what we did so far. We have created a trigger event is called online on form submission. We have provided the details like name, email ID, mobile number, and other details like year of experience, department, and all. Then once we have sent the detail, then I'm going to capture that in a sheet that is called create consolidated sheet, where exactly it will going to capture the detail. This is my Google sheet and this is the sheet is going to capture it here. Okay, so then the next step is, once it is captured, then based on the department wise, or you can say profession wise, I'm going to categorize using a switch case. If it is a IT department, or if it is a sales, or if it is a civils, or if it is a medicals. Okay, then accordingly I will segregate it, I will categorize it, then accordingly I will update the detail into the respective sheet. If you see, if the candidate is part of IT, then it is going to update in my IT sheet. Same for sales, medical, and civils, right? So once it is updated, then I am connecting all the node to agent. In this agent, I have provided some of the prompts so that it will write one or two line about the candidate, right? Using with the help of Google Gemini chart model LLM. Okay, so once it is going to write it, that content will become up in a output variable in AI agent. Then I am going to reuse that to update my consolidated sheet. To update my consolidated sheet using this activity is called Google Sheet, and the operation will be update. Okay, in the update, using update, I am just going to write the about informations of the candidate which is coming from AI. I am going to write it inside my about column. So if you see here, this is my consolidated sheet, this is the blank, it's going to write it here. Okay, perfect. So once it will write it, then it is going to send an email to customers. Okay, whatever the email ID is given, in the same email ID is going to send the email, right? It is going to send the email, and it will also know subject line also give thank you for your registration, and these are the details you can provide, right? So all these things you can take from the sheet, or you can take from online form submission also. Let me take from the online form submission, because if for example, if the user is not part of IT, then might be it will cause problems. So say for side I will take from the form submission. Okay, so here also I'll take from the form submission. It's called dear full name, and here I'll update to email ID, right? I'll just drag and drop the email ID. So that's it. We have so far designed, so our entire workflow is ready for test. So we will going to test it. Yes, we will going to test it, so that it will going to capture the informations, create the records, and it will segregate based on the department. It will create the information about the candidate, then it will update the sheet, then it will send the email to the candidate, right? Let me just rename it. This one, I think mistakenly I have renamed this. Is called update consolidated sheet. Update, I can rename to update consolidated sheet. Perfect. And this is the send email. is called send email. Okay, so that's it for today. So we will see the execution on the next video. Yeah, thank you all. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.